Hi, friends. Welcome to the Group Chat is Live podcast. I am here with the one and only Dwight Thomas.
And I am here with everybody's favorite sis, Mari E.
That's right. And as I already said, we are your hosts of the Group Chat is Live, where pop culture, social media, and real life collide. What's going on with you, Dwight? What's poppin'?
Listen, I've been stuck inside this house all day because of this crazy snowstorm here in New York City, which you can see, but we got almost 2 feet of snow.
I'm gonna tell you right now, you not putting enough stank on that. It's not a snowstorm. It's a whole blizzard. Okay, I had to come back from my trip. I was in that good old Atlanta, and had to rush on back to make sure I was here and didn't get kicked left out of New York because of the snowstorm. So,
A
listen,
damn shame.
crazy.
A mess. A
It's
mess.
crazy. Did
And
you
it's
go
supposed to
outside?
snow again later this week. It's just too much happening. You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot. It's a lot going on this good old East Coast. I feel like the people them wanted to put the pressure on Mom Donnie, so they was like,
They did some foolery, some witchery, some tomfuckery.
they messing with the weather up there to stress that man out. But it's all right. They don't know he gonna be good. We gonna be good. We holding
I
it down.
believe in
You
them.
know. But listen, it's a storm going on in these social media streets as well. I'm telling you, it's been crazy. A lot.
We
It's
got a
been.
lot to talk about, Mari E.
I know, and it's been a minute. I'm glad to be back.
It's been a minute, but even in the last 24 hours, it's been going bonkers on the internet.
No, it's so true. It's so true. So listen, let's jump right into it. Let's get into what you know. The culture check, where we're going to look into the past headlines, the current headlines, and talk about what's really going on. So, perfect segue because you said the last 24 hours, and that means you got to be talking about the BAFTA Awards, right? And
You know I
what,
am.
what all black folks is on the internet during Black History Month talking about, um, with people not being able to keep they words in their mouth. They can't manage their tongue. So I don't know. Listen.
I
And
got thoughts. You know I got thoughts.
I know you do. I can't wait to hear it. So, listen, let me give a little bit of backstory for those who have not seen this story. So, at the 79th British Academy Film Awards on February 22nd, an unexpected, shocking outburst happened and unfolded live on broadcast. So, while center stars Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo were presenting an award, an audience member with Tourette syndrome shouted out the N word, which was captured on live feed and broadcast for all audiences to hear. If you, for some reason, missed it, we're going to play it for you. Check this out.
Delroy and I are delighted to be presenting the first BAFTA of the night for a vital part of movie making.
So, child, listen, the man behind that ridiculous outburst was John Davidson, who is a known Tourette syndrome campaigner. He was at the awards because he was nominated for a film called I Swear. So, listen, a lot of us are now having conversations about Tourette's and what it actually represents because many people have questions on whether this could have been controlled, whether this was something intentional. And so just want to give folks out there a little bit of update on what Tourette's is. So it is an involuntary vocal tic, right? Like it can include sudden, uncontrollable outbursts in language. The ceremony's host, Alan Cumming, also addressed this on live and said, you know, he explained the strong language can be a part of Tourette syndrome, how it presents itself, and he asked for the audience to have some understanding. Davidson, the person who actually made the unexpected outburst, said he was deeply mortified. And he was mortified because he didn't feel like anyone should consider his involuntary tic to be intentional or to carry any personal meaning. Now, today, BAFTA and the BBC issued an apology after the slur, of course, had already aired and hit our hit our internet. They acknowledged that the offensive term carries deep pain and trauma. They were thanking both actors for their professionalism during the incident. And as you already know, like a lot of people had a total opposite feeling. So Jamie Foxx and Wendell Pierce, they condemned the moment on social media. They were clear to say that the slur was unacceptable regardless of Davidson's illness, and basically said that this type of incident deserved a stronger response. I know there's a lot of reactions. I, of course, want to hear yours. What are your feelings?
Honestly, I'm tired. I'm sick and tired. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sad that Delroy Lindo and Michael B. Jordan had to be professional in that moment.
Yeah.
Um, I feel overwhelmed with the amount of education around Tourette's that people are forcing down
Mm.
our throats with absolutely no acknowledgement or historical context of the N word and how it
Mm-hmm.
impacts people. Um, and
Yeah.
I feel like we as Black people have been forced to show up in a way that is professional or apologetic. And we don't get the same apology. All of these statements, all of these things put out by the actual people, you're deeply mortified that anyone would think you did it intentionally, but you're not deeply mortified that you used the N word.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. For sure. I guess I agree with you. I couldn't agree with you more. I think even the idea of saying thank you for your professionalism, right? Like thank you for staying quiet. Thank you for not reacting in the same way, showing your emotion, your pain, your feelings. I just think that it's all steeped in racism, right?
Yeah.
And oppressive mindsets that that Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo had to show up that way for this to be accepted. I mean, I just think it was deeply wrong and it was deeply hurtful to many people. I mean, I was shocked and I felt their body language. You know what I'm saying? When the
Yeah.
word came out, like the shock, and I was embarrassed for them, like I was there. So
Yeah.
it was terrible. I mean, yeah.
And I've had a lot of people DMing me about my recent video or trying to tag me in things, talking about you need to educate yourself on Tourette syndrome and what it means. I
Mm-hmm.
understand that involuntary tics come with Tourette syndrome, but I also understand that if you don't bring nobody around me that's going to potentially say the N word that's not Black, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you want Black people to be educated on something, but y'all have yet to acknowledge the deep harm and pain that the N word has caused to the Black community. And let's also not
Mm.
forget this man is 84 grown ass years old. That
Yeah.
means he was alive when they was calling niggas nigga for fun. Okay? With the
Mm-hmm.
ER at the end.
Yeah, no, for sure. It makes you wonder though too, right? Like, and again, I don't claim to be an expert in all of this, but it makes me wonder, like, where did that word come from in the tick? I mean, it feels like that's within your vocabulary. That's something that you must hear. That's something that you must say often, or must be amongst you often. So then that tick or that involuntary reaction came up. That's the word that was on the tip of your damn tippity tongue, and I just
Hello.
think that like I don't know. Why are we making excuses for it? And rather than just acknowledging that people were hurt by this, not only the two presenters that did not a goddamn thing to deserve that, to be called out their names, but also all of the Black people that had to witness it. And didn't you tell me something about editing? Like, I've seen a
Right.
little bit of
So
conversation about that. Yeah.
right. The reason that we had to witness it is because the BAFTAs, the people who run the BAFTA Awards, had the opportunity to edit it. It
Mm,
wasn't. It
right.
was being filmed live, but it was not being shown live to us. And
Right.
so they
Okay.
had the opportunity to edit that part out. They did, in fact, edit out one of the people who were either presenting or won an award. They did edit out that man saying "Free Palestine," but they did not edit out
Oh
the
wow.
John Davidson saying the N word and other egregious things throughout, and they still put it out. Now they're
Okay.
apologizing and saying they took down the version that has him saying the N word because they realized how offensive it was.
After the fact, after you've caused all that harm. Now, see, that opens up a whole different can of worms, right? Like, that makes me feel like, especially in response to people that are trying to criticize you for being educated, right? What that proves is that to some degree, this was intentional. Whether you want to give the credit of intention to the person that said the harmful words, you have to definitely give the intention or the okay of the broadcasters that allowed this to air, because
That's a
not only
word.
it's one thing to harm them, but to allow the entire world to see it. You knew that we would be harmed by it, just like you were intentional enough to not insert Free Palestine for whatever reason, right? There's people, I'm sure, that have particular interest that you didn't want to offend with that. So you removed that language for them, but you wouldn't remove the N word with the ER, okay, attached for Black folk. That lets you know
It-
what you think about us. And that's what we know, right? So we're
it-
not wrong for feeling how we feel. We know what's going on. We know.
and I'm tired of people telling black people how we supposed to feel about being called a
Yeah.
slur. Like
Yeah.
you don't get to police how black people respond to a slur being yelled out when black people are on stage. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Like we understand that it's involuntary, whatever it is. If y'all know that that's one of his ticks, then
right.
y'all should have left him at home because you knew that there was a possibility that he would offend black people by saying
Hmm.
something like that out loud.
Yeah. Or at minimum, this out. And
Correct.
that would have been the provision. And then, like Jamie Foxx said, and I agree with him wholeheartedly, what's the response to it? I think about Will Smith, right?
Ooh,
And how when Will Smith was triggered and reacted how he reacted, he was banned. Okay? He was thrown up and down through them hot coals because y'all felt like that was inappropriate for such an event.
preach, preach,
What
preacher,
about this? Is this
preach,
person being
preacher.
banned, or are we making excuses for them because of a disability? Because you know what? I got all type of disabilities that make me want to fight.
You
I got
listen,
all type of triggers.
a triggered.
Okay.
I'm triggered now, and this is what I'm talking about because even the CEO of Tourette's Action in the UK or whatever it is, she
Mm,
said that she's deeply saddened that people would think that he would do it intentionally. She put out a whole statement. Nowhere in
mm.
the statement was there an apology to black folks who had to be traumatized and witness this happen in real time as though
Yeah.
this were a slave auction.
Yeah, as if it was okay. Yeah, they justifying it. They justifying it and making excuses for it, and it's disgusting. And during Black History Month, and not to say this is the one month where as a black person, we expect everybody to be on their p's and q's and then treat us like trash any other month, right? But there's something that I noticed, and I'm gonna start tracking it. It's almost like Black History Month comes along and y'all get crazier. It's almost like
Go buck
like you get
wild.
what I'm saying? Like, do you
Hmm.
feel like that?
Yeah, yeah. Every Black History Month, it's always a mistake. It's always a new thing that happened. Somebody couldn't keep it together. They
Right.
disguising racism as somebody's joking or inappropriate. Like it's
Yes.
always some bullshit. It
It's
always is.
every time, every single time. Definitely over it. So we're going to keep track of this and see if there's going to be any further discussion on Mr. Davidson and whether he's going to get any repercussions for his words, his harmful words. And maybe we'll hear from, Michael B. Jordan
He,
or Delroy Lindo about how they
Delroy,
feel about it.
Delroy Lindo did say something. I don't want to
Okay.
misquote him, but he said something along the lines of that he understands that the symptoms of Tourette's, but it would have been nice if somebody had even checked on them afterwards. So basically, nobody from the BAFTAs or anyone at all checked on them after it happened. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Disgusting. I wouldn't be mad if then nobody black show up to that damn BAFTAs moving forward, and we really should remove ourselves from it.
Hello.
I'm just tired. I'm just like you said your sentiments earlier today. I'm tired of people picking and choosing where they want to show respect to black folks. You know what I'm saying? You want to respect our art in the sense that you want to utilize it for your benefit, but you don't want to respect my culture. You don't want to respect my boundaries, my expectations of how to engage with me. You would ignore that piece, but you want me to be up here presenting and showing my talent. No, to me this is too similar to blackface. You know what I'm saying? You want to see me perform and shuck and jive, but you want to
Yeah.
disrespect me and everything that I represent also at the same damn time. We got to get out of
Give
that. We got to get
somebody
out
else
of being
to do it.
politically correct when people play in our face, and that's for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, we gonna keep our ear to the street because we gotta start removing ourselves from foolishness.
Tomfoolery.
Speaking of more foolishness, okay, let's get into America's Next Top Model on Netflix, the documentary that we were all waiting for. When I tell you all of the stuff that's been coming out about this show that aired what in 2003, so long ago. Man, we were young. Okay, I was about 5. Okay, uh,
And the thing is,
yeah,
I only remember it as a teenager, so it's crazy to me how long ago it actually came out.
yeah. It's been 26 years.
Jesus.
26. Is that 26? No, 23. 23 years. Okay, my math isn't that good, but it's okay. Y'all love me anyway. So 23 years since the show aired. And of course, I remember it being in a very relative time, right? Like it was exploding because like reality TV shows, those type of competitive shows were really big at that time. And I remember watching it every week, like clockwork. Because back then it felt like it fell into that sitcom
And
type
you
of window.
and you had to watch it. I mean, we come from an era where you had to watch it when it was on. It wasn't no There was
Absolutely.
no Netflix, there was no binge watching episodes of it. You had to catch it when it was on, like 106 in Park.
Absolutely. And then you had to know because when you would go to school or wherever you would go the next day, everybody would know who either got let go of the show and would be talking about it. Like it says, many people were saying that like it definitely was a water cooler show. So I remember loving it. But obviously, since then, new generation of people with different lenses and perspectives of culture have totally different feelings about it. So it's been big on social media being discussed. I knew this documentary was coming.
Hmm.
Have you been able to see it? What have been your thoughts?
Oh, I saw it. Um,
Yeah.
I have so many thoughts, and I promised the people that I would share my experience auditioning in 2012. But let's talk about opinions on the doc first.
Okay.
Um, I think two things can be true at once, right? Because people keep pointing out that this was during a time where things like this was acceptable. And the
Mhm.
truth is that it was, right? Like we
Mhm.
did find it entertaining. There was not as significant of a cancel culture back then. Like that just
Yeah.
wasn't a thing.
Yeah. And let me
And
push in and say this too. The show itself was set up to be something positive during that time. Because at that time there were just certain facts about certain industries. The model industry had a bunch of models that were rail thin. They were white with blonde hair. That was the standard of beauty, right? And so when you have someone like Tyra Banks, who was really a revolutionary individual to come into the modeling world, be a black girl, not a racially ambiguous black girl, fair skinned for sure, but definitely a black girl
mm-hmm.
that was considered fuller and more voluptuous than the typical white girl, and to make such a mark on the industry, and then to create a show where she was committed to, like, we're going to talk about race, we're going to have diverse people on this show. You're going to see some curly hair, bald head women. You're going to see all different type of textures, all different type of sizes. We're going to talk about queerness, we're going to talk about body imagery. At the time it felt like they were breaking barriers, you know what I'm saying? And it felt good to watch. Like, I don't remember watching it at that time and being like, oh, I really do remember feeling like this is dope. Like, I love what's happening and what they're doing. I mean, did I mean, that's was
For
my take on
sure.
it back then.
And as someone who has been in the modeling industry, at like it did she Tyra Banks did set out to open doors for black folks, and she did in fact accomplish that to an
Yeah.
extent with the show. I think if you watch the documentary as it progressed, not just Tyra, but everyone involved lost sight of the fact that it was about modeling and challenging the modeling
Mm-hmm.
industry, and then it became this reality frenzy. Like it went
Mm-hmm.
away from like breaking into the modeling industry where you change the game and the look of it. And Tyra Banks literally has been at the helm of that, and you have to give her credit for that. But at the same time, once it started getting into click moments and big commercial moments and what's happening next week, the reality show side of it took over. And you can see that in that we didn't know a lot of the behind the scene things. So we talked about the woman who was queer on there, and they made her cut off her hair and she didn't want to, and she felt like her queerness was being exploited on the show.
Mm-hmm.
It started off as something that, and from our viewership, like you said, we didn't know the backstory and what was happening in the background.
Mm-hmm.
We saw
Mm-hmm.
what was presented to us, and even now, watching some of those clips, it hurts to watch Tyra talk to them girls that way.
Yeah, it definitely, like, now, right? And that's the hard thing about, like, generational changes and shifts, right? Like, at the time, things cannot feel as sensitive as they do in different timelines, and it's kind of difficult when you put things out there in the world. You don't know how the next generation is going to perceive it and take it, because transparently, you and I both know, we both have worked in creative spaces. Back then, it was a known fact. You needed to look a certain way. You
Yep.
needed to be beautiful. You needed to meet a certain standard to be accepted, and people complied. It wasn't a lot of a push and pull about like, well, that's not fair. Like there was this acceptance of like, if I'm going to be a dancer, model, actress, then I need to be able to fit certain sizes. I need to have a certain look. And so, though it was difficult, it was a part of what just being in the industry was. You take it or leave it. So I feel like, there are some people who even can, of course, look back and hear the things that were being said about people's weight. I think I remember seeing an episode that's coming up a lot about Janice. I'm pronouncing
Dickinson.
Dickinson. Yes,
The, mm,
calling people fat, right? Like she
mhm.
called. I remember season one. There was this Southern girl, light skinned, beautiful black woman, right? But she was from the South. She was a little bit older, and she called her old and fat. Now, mind you, this girl was like 140 something pounds, and called that girl fat because, listen, the standard was like to be 116 pounds. That was like, okay, you're a good weight for a model back then. You know,
Eh, eh,
I don't know.
that brings me to my next point, which is, first of all, Janice Dickinson, they need to come out with a goddamn documentary about her show. She had a modeling show that I watched like clockwork, where they lived in a house. Janice Dickinson was she said and did some horrible things to the people. And I remember watching it and being entertained by it, and thinking, damn, I wish I was in Janice Dickinson modeling house, blah, blah, blah. And looking back on it, it's like, oh, we don't only need to focus on Tyra. Where's the Janice Dickinson
No,
documentary
for sure.
for her show? And then
Yes. Yes.
Jay and what's the racially? He's white, but he calls himself racially ambiguous. The other guy who was
So it's
hired.
not Jay. There's two Jays.
There's Jay. No,
And
I'm
then
not talking
there's
about. I'm talking about Jay Miguel. So Jay Miguel is the one that was always seen on TV telling them. He's the one that told the girls that they was going to be wearing blackface and all that other crazy stuff.
there's Jay. There's two
Yes.
Jay.
And then there was
There's Miss J.
and Nigel Barker.
Right.
And they have been doing interviews trying to absolve themselves of their participation in it. Jay, in an interview with Sherry Shepherd on her show, he basically was like, "Oh yeah, I didn't know I can't remember the name of the woman who was essayed, and they aired it on television when they were in Italy." But he tried to basically make it seem like, oh, the producers knew and they didn't do anything, basically absolving himself of any guilt. But we watched them actively harm women on that show as well. But
Mm-hmm.
Tyra just happens to be the scapegoat because she's one, a black woman, and we know how that go. And
Yeah.
two, her name was on it.
Yeah.
She was
It's
the
her
face
show.
of it.
It's her show. And I guess that this is the piece that I'm kind of struggling with the new generation and the new perspective of the show as we look back on it. I feel like I don't feel comfortable giving Tyra all this heat. I really don't. Like I'm not saying that there aren't things that she could have done. I believe she probably believes this too. Could have done differently, should have done differently with now the knowledge that she has. But she was not alone. We all know that there are productions, there are producers. A modeling show strictly about modeling would not make it to the level in which this show made it to without the juice and the personal perspective and the cat fights and the girly shit that, the
Hmm.
arguing that we see on the show. The stuff that makes baddies in these other shows, Real Housewives, popular to this day,
Correct.
right? So I feel like there's some elements of it that make it challenging for me to condemn her as this just hugely terrible person, because I feel like a reality TV show is still benefiting from the exact prototype that we're talking about from 20 years ago. They're still doing it. Like we're not living in a world now where reality TV has been banned, and you know what I'm saying? There's certain elements that you don't see on TV, and we are so morally convicted that that's not what we watch. Y'all still watching it.
And
I'm confused
and
a little bit.
I agree with that. I think the other thing though that did not help Tyra was that she came off very unapologetic in the documentary.
Yeah.
She was kind of like, and that was what it was. And she did apologize one time to the woman. Her name is Kenya. Kenya.
Oh, Kenya, yeah.
Yes, she apologized to her because of what happened when they were in
Okay,
Africa.
remind us about that one because
So,
that's the girl with the belly that
so
they
they
were
were
talking
in
about the leak.
Africa,
Okay.
and they were doing, close to the end, they were doing a photo shoot where they had male models.
Mm-hmm.
Kenya was supposed to be working with one of these male models, and she kept telling people that he was making her uncomfortable. He was saying inappropriate things, telling
Yeah.
her he wanted to massage her, asking for her phone number. She vocalized in the show that she felt uncomfortable, and
Yeah.
Jay essentially told her, "This is what it is. You need to be professional and finish the photo shoot," amid her feeling extremely uncomfortable. And then
Correct.
she got in front of Tyra and the other judges, and Tyra basically told her she should have told him to stop in a very professional way. And she put on her little, black woman hat. It was, to me, it was a little cringy how she went in and out of it. But she said, "You should have said, you better back up, boy," or something like that. And basically, no one acknowledged the fact that Kenya was actually being harmed in the moment. They instead placed the blame on her. And even
Mm-hmm.
even Nigel Barker in the show, the documentary says there was a bunch of cameras around. She was fine.
Right. Yeah. I mean, tone deaf, completely, completely what was happening during that era, right? This assumption or belief that one, like, a woman is responsible for anything that happens to her. Back in the day, if you wore too short of a skirt, well, you asked for that. You
Correct.
want that attention. All of that type of mindset was definitely typical for the 90s and the early 2000s. And so it's not shocking to me at all that the onus and the responsibility was put on that young girl. I just think, like, now I really don't think that if that same episode was filmed today,
It would
that
have
there
gone.
would be even a world. I want to
No.
believe that level of growth has happened, right, with the Me Too movement, and people are having way more cognizance of, like, whoa, whoa, whoa. If someone is feeling uncomfortable, that's the bottom line. Like, this is making them uncomfortable. Stop what the hell you doing, whether that's your intention or not. We're not going to go there. Just stop. I want to believe that there would have been more advocacy now, but it just was that was a bad
It
moment
was
on
bad, and
everyone.
to your point, I think we're gonna look back on even things you and I say that are acceptable now, and
Trust and believe.
somebody gonna be telling us our ass is canceled now, and that comes with the territory to an extent. But there's also a world in which you acknowledge what you did, apologize for it,
Yeah.
and figure it out. And I think there's some things that are inevitable, like that girl who was sexually assaulted on that show. There's no way in hell y'all watched that and thought, "Oh, this is good TV." Like that's in any stance, in any
Are
moment.
we talking about the Shandy story?
Shandy, yes, Shandy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Shandy.
You know, I can admit to the fact that I saw that story, and the way it was produced in a way like she made a choice to flirt with these guys that were, driving the little buggies, and they came over and they were drinking, and she cheated on her boyfriend. That was the way it was produced and sold.
And
And so, as an audience member, I didn't know that it was essay. It didn't get presented that way.
that was intentional, but then now what we
Right.
find out in the documentary was that it wasn't that, and that there was a producer who invited these men over, and it was a whole thing, and they wanted to show that part of it just was disgusting. But I agree with you, and watching it at the time, it appeared to be that, until you look back at it, and I don't think I fully remembered all of the scene where
Hmm.
it happened, like when it came out, but I just remember thinking, "Oh, this is a little weird." And now as an adult, it's like, "Oh my God, like what? Y'all let them get super drunk. They don't eat because
Yeah.
they're modeling, and you tell them that they're too fat, and then you put them in a hot tub with a bunch of men who,
Yeah.
it was crazy."
It definitely is giving, we pulled a bunch of girls from all over the country in different varying circumstances. Shandy particularly did not have a good family situation. She was
Right.
from a rural area in Kansas City. The girl worked at Walmart or Walgreens, one of them Wallies.
Mm-hmm.
And this was her first time out of the country. She didn't even have a damn passport. So I think like you pulling people from these walks of life and they're all in their teens, early 20s, right?
Yep.
And it really was just a setup for them to make poor decisions and really be embarrassed. I mean, we know that now, looking
And
at it, you know.
and I guess this is a good segue. I can tell you all about my experience auditioning, but
Yeah.
I will also say that in the modeling industry, a lot of people who go into modeling don't have another option. And that's what people don't
Mhm.
realize. Like models are putting their all into this because you can't do anything else. Modeling is so like sporadic on a whim. There were times where I had to go to an audition the same day that they called and was casting. I had to run
Mhm.
downtown Manhattan. Now, this is why I chose my education over modeling as a full-time career because I said to myself, if this don't work, I ain't got nothing to fall back on. And a lot of these models went into these experiences with that mindset. This was it for them. You know what I mean? This
Right.
was their moment. And so a lot of the things that happen, it's like it's a survival thing.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
and so long and short, I'll tell you about my experience quickly about
Yeah.
the audition.
What happened to you, child? So you went down there to the American Next Top.
Model
You was
audition.
there.
Oh, so I went. So
Give
what
it to
happens?
us.
What happens is, this was when they started doing the cycles with men and women. And I
Mm.
believe this was cycle 20. It was back in 2012. My
Okay.
mother was like my momager at the time. And
Yes.
they seen it online and they said that they were coming to New York City. And so my mother, emailed them, blah, blah. There was two different ways that you could do this because they show you on television that people just show up to this audition. And when I
Right.
tell you it had to be that hundreds or thousands of people. It was thousands of people out there.
Right.
But there's two different categories. There's people who absolutely did show up the day of, and then there's people who they tell you, okay, you have an appointment at this time, so you can come at this time, and you show up, and you don't wait on this long line, which was ridiculous. It
You
was
skipped the line.
yeah, you walk in, you show them your information. So got the email. They said you have an appointment on Friday at 9 a.m. Get there. Now I'm thinking, okay, I got an appointment. I'm in and out. I'm in and out. That day was crazy.
Yeah.
That one day of auditioning for America's Next Top Model was insane. I was there. I remember getting there at around 8:30 because my mom is crazy. So she was like, "You got to get there early. Be prepared. I did my little sit-ups, my push-ups. I'm like thinking, you know what I'm saying? Back then I was real skinny. I was like, I'm skinny now, but I was skinny, like you sticks and stones. So, I get there and I'm like, okay, it's a bunch of people. Go inside. It's packed in there. Still gotta wait. A whole bunch of stuff. I
Mm.
remember getting there at the crack of dawn. When I left, it was so dark and late outside because they had us in there all day
Yeah.
long. And it is in hindsight, just that one day, if I felt it was that intense, people poking and probing at you, they're telling you to take your clothes off. You got to get in your underwear and and walk in front of a room full of people and the judges.
I was about to ask you, was it like isolated? It was like in a big group full of hundreds of people? That's
Big
crazy.
group. Then it gets to a point where you go into a room and it's not everyone and it's just the judges. But the room is freezing. Nobody's eating because everybody has to look skinny. So if you have a banana and your stomach poking out just a little bit, they're going to tell you that you need to diet more before you can walk on America's Next Top Model.
Ooh, child.
It's people in there looking faint. It almost reminded me of, I don't even know how to describe it, but it looked like a place for people who were suffering. Like that is what it looked like.
No.
Um, and I just remember everybody just complying. When they said get down to your drawers, I got down to my what I was gonna do. You
That's
know what I'm
it. That's
saying?
the world back then. That's how it went. Everybody is fiending to get into that position. And so
Yeah.
you're doing whatever. You're compromising yourself. That's normal back then.
Normal.
I'm
And
telling you.
they're commenting on your body and what looks right here and what you could do better and you accept it and it does take a blow to your self-esteem and people think that models think they're the most beautiful people in the world and I think we all believe that we had something but after however many hours, 16 hours of that.
Yeah.
Listen, I left there thinking to myself, and they didn't tell you whether or not you made it to the it was the semifinals. So
Mm.
then they call you and they tell you if you made it, and I made it to the semifinals but didn't make it past that. And I thank God for that every day because that would have been a nightmare. And then I think about my experience on Project Runway.
Mm.
That
Mm-hmm.
audition was maybe 2 hours, an hour and a half,
Mm-hmm.
in and out,
Mm-hmm.
in and out.
Okay. So a huge contrast.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
I
Yeah.
was not in my drawers. I just had to take off my shirt. Um,
But I feel like that felt different because you were working in that one, right? Like that one was more of a gig,
well,
whereas
the
this one was a
audition,
competition.
well, the
Okay.
audition came first.
To
So,
get the gig, okay, that's right.
so
And you got that one.
Project Runway, they didn't
Got
tell you what it was for. You get an email. They say they want to cast you. It was on a thing that we used to use. I forgot the name of the app, but they tell you they want to cast you for a show, but just not. They don't tell you what it is. You'll find out
right.
after if you get it. Then you get up there. They tell you they're not going to tell you. You'll find out after you get it, and then they send you an email saying you got it. You're going to be on this episode of Project Runway. Very
Gosh.
to the point. But it was like an hour and a half long audition. America's Next Top Model was insane. But I'm
Yeah.
assuming because it was such a reality TV show that centered the models and what their experience was that they wanted to see more than, and this is probably where they fucked up. They wanted to see more than your look. They wanted to see how you was going to act on television.
And I think, a lot of what, is being said in the documentary is that America's Next Top Model was competing with all the competition shows that started to come out after it premiered because you had So You Think You Can Dance, you got Survivor, you got all of these other shows that are steeped in competition. And so they were testing people's endurance and their ability. So that show year after year had to rev up the things that they would have people do. And what's being realized now is that like we were having people do too much. And it probably didn't start when they got on camera. It started with, could you get through this 20-hour audition experience where you're starving and you're cold and we're critiquing you? Can you handle it? You know what I'm saying? Can you mentally deal with this and still outperform the best? But what do you think about people that are going to say this is par for the course? I think about millennials, Generation X, definitely baby boomers, right? Criticism, like that. There was an era that we kind of came from where you're taught that that's constructive criticism is something that makes you better. What about people that are going to say that that's really all this was, and now we have a different generation that's a little bit more sensitive than how we grew up, and that maybe they're just seeing it from a different lens? What would you say to that?
I would
Those people?
I would say to that doesn't make what happened right.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think there's a world in which you can give feedback to people in a way that is constructive. And a lot of that feedback wasn't constructive. It was harmful. They telling people things they can't fix or asking people to do things like
Mm-hmm.
get your teeth, the gap closed. Like it wasn't just constructive. It was hard to watch. It was hard to
Yeah.
watch. And also there's a level of abuse that comes with that. You need to eat less. Damn it, I didn't eat all day. That's why I had to really get up out of there because between that and the drugs and the modeling industry, I'm one thing about me, I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna eat.
Yeah, no facts. Listen. I definitely understand that. I definitely understand. I think there's definitely a healthy balance. One thing I will note on here, like I noticed that was a big takeaway, is that Eva, who of course was a winning contestant, says that her experience was nothing like anyone else's experience. That she states that she just had no real awareness that anything like that was happening. So I'm interested to know if there are other people that aren't, coming forward because they didn't have that same experience or they don't see it the same way. But ultimately, if you did, I think that you're at least due an apology for the experience that you had, and
Mhm.
hopefully,
Oh, and
doesn't happen again.
one
Yeah.
more little thing. Somebody who I won't disclose their name because they still shall remain anonymous reached out to me.
Oh.
They reached out saying that they used to work on the set of America's Next Top Model and they have some tea for us. So,
Ooh,
yep.
yeah.
So I wrote back. I let them know that they can either join us on a live show or they can send in a statement that I can read and they can remain anonymous. But they said they got the tea and that is piping hot. And I'm listening.
Listen, we need to hear the tea. We will definitely do an exclusive live for the people if they want to come on through because I want to hear.
I want to
I
hear
want
it
to
too.
know. I
Yeah,
want to know if they were in the mix. Listen, bring it on to the group chat. It's okay. This is a safe space. We've already established that.
that's
So
right.
let
We
us
got
know.
you. We
All
got
right.
you.
All right. So, we'll be talking more hopefully about that one in a future episode. But listen, I gotta, Dwight, there's something that's been on my heart that's been all over the internet. And I know that you and many other people in the group chat feel the same way. I've been so stressed out about Punch the Monkey. Okay, the monkey that is over there in Japan in that botanical zoo. What's going on? I'm so hurt. Have you been watching what's going on with
I
Punch?
only seen what you sent me. You need to play the clip for the people. You need to roll the
Listen.
clip for the people because that almost. I don't even mess with animals like that, and I was ready to cry. I was ready. I was ready to cry.
No, for real. Let me tell people a little bit of background story, and then I definitely am going to send you know show some clips. We're gonna roll a few clips. So listen, there's this monkey called Punch. This monkey is the cutest little tiny monkey. He's so cute. He's in Japan. And listen, in July 2025 was when he was born. Okay, so he's only not even a full year old yet. But what the backstory is that Punch, shortly after his born, his mother basically disowned him and didn't want to take care of him. The zookeepers had to step in, feed him, care for him, all of the things. And so because they're recording and so people are like actually showing this stuff on social media, the videos of Punch being neglected by his family is going viral. Like so many people are just not understanding why all of these behaviors are going completely against nature, right? Like
Mm.
naturally you would expect a mother to take deep interest into her baby, and so seeing Punch get bullied by the boys and the girls within the community, it's been really heartbreaking. So one thing that the zookeepers did to try to have like some, companionship for Punch was that they gave him a stuffed monkey. So there is this like same kind of similar colored stuffed monkey that was thrown in there. And there's so many different videos and like
Oh,
pictures of Punch cuddling and like using the monkey's hands at night to like bring him comfort. It's just heartbreaking. Many people are just like really heartbreaking about it. I'm seeing all over the internet people saying they finna go over there and get Punched. But before I go
free,
any further,
free my boy Punch immediately.
no, for real. Before I go any further though, and before we like really get into the weeds on it, let me show you some of the most popular videos that's online right now. Roll the clip. So as you can see, Punch is like literally grooming this little monkey. He's clinging to it for security. I mean, it's super adorable. What'd you think? What's your
I
heart
think
say?
somebody need to call Child Protective Services on his deadbeat ass mama and his deadbeat ass daddy. That's what I
No,
think.
for real.
I
No, for
can't.
real.
It's that is just the stuffed animal is so adorable. But I
Yeah.
watching him be treated the way he's being treated is really got me ready to get on the goddamn. I need to go see about Punch.
No, and I want to know the theories that people got. Like in the chat, please let us know the theories of why you think that they're neglecting him. Like I don't know why. Like it's been a lot of I've been in conversations because I've been posting him on my story. I've been in DMs with people who are speculating on why they think he's being treated poorly, what they think is going to happen to him, or whether eventually there will be a maternal bond. But listen, if you appreciate this story as much as I do, get in the chat, let us know what do we think is going on. Hopefully somebody got some inspirational something so that it can take the pressure off of me because I am stressed out.
I'm so
I'm
I'm
ready to get on a flight.
overdone. Overdone. And honestly, I'm scared of monkeys, so I don't necessarily know if I could take him in. But my son, he like everything, so he probably mess with a monkey. My baby boy woman, he'll take care of the monkey. Ain't gonna be me.
Those monkeys are very much illegal in specific states, but I
Okay.
do know people that do get monkeys just like Little Punch, and they are all over America. Now, look, I wouldn't do it because I ain't got time to be doing no time, okay? But what I
Hello.
will say is I do feel a lot of compassion for him. So if somebody did go over there and get him, I ain't gonna tell on you, okay? I'm
Yeah.
not gonna tell him. Let me
Somebody
look,
got to do something. Somebody got
drop.
to do something.
I would contribute to, the GoFundMe. So
Yeah.
just, drop it in the chat. Just let me know. If somebody finna roll up, I got your back. He can't
Come
stay
on.
here.
Come on.
But if he can stay over there with you and your mom and them, I'm in full support.
Yeah,
Okay?
we'll figure it
So
out. We'll work it out. We'll work it out. But
yes, free punch.
free punch till it's backwards. Get it on
Ah,
a t-shirt right now.
facts, facts. All right. Well, that was the group chats culture check.
Love it. So now we're ready to jump into our next segment. We are ready to hear from the streets. We are going to be talking about what people are saying in the streets. And we are going to deep dive into all the drama that's going on. It's ghetto in the street.
Ooh, yeah, it's ghetto on the street. Is it good ghetto?
Uh,
Or is it
it's entertaining.
bad?
It's
Well, we like that.
entertaining. I
I'm
don't
here
know
for
if
that.
I call it good. You ready for
Yeah.
this first one?
Ooh, let's get in the streets. Let's pop out. What's up?
So this all started with the unks beefing, right? 50
Okay.
Cent and T.I. The rap uncles all over been beefing. It's a mess in the rap uncle, hip hop uncle streets. You
Yo,
feel
they
me?
so turned up.
It's
Yeah.
turned and they too old. Anyway, T.I. did what any reasonable uncle would do,
Yeah.
and he invited 50 Cent to a versus battle. Let's play music
Okay.
because they from the same era. You know what I'm saying? The 2000s. Now, I personally, who you think will win? Before I get into the details, who you think got it?
Before I can answer, the verse is still going on? We
They
still doing verses?
people keep talking about it. I think they're supposed to be changing the way that they do it, but it's still an option.
Okay, well,
Who?
I'm from the South adjacent, so I'm gonna say Tip all day.
Yeah.
So I'm going with Tip.
Listen, I'm from New York, and I think it's going to be tip two, and so that is why this all happened. So Tip Ti said that him and 50 Cent had this conversation in person, and
Okay.
he said we should do a versus because our music it was mutual, it was respectful. He says 50 Cent agreed when they had this conversation in person.
Okay.
Now,
Got
following
you.
that, 50 Cent started doing what he does best, which is trolling online, saying that he's not doing no verses with Tip and that he would win the catalog, all the things, basically saying that's beneath me.
Okay, got you.
Tip Ti did a recent interview where he shares like, "Oh, I thought it was weird. It was never no beef. He agreed to this in person, and now he's switching it up."
Right. Which
Man,
I believe, by the way. He
yeah,
gives me
no,
that. Switch it up.
100%. I think 50 Cent was ducking smoke. Now, he that led to 50 Cent last night posting a picture that looks like it's edited of Tiny T.I.'s wife. And in the photo, her body looks very botched.
Yes, but let me push in and say the photo is not edited. I seen that video live.
Oh, oh, okay,
Okay. So if
okay.
it's botched, it's
So,
botched.
so
It was
okay.
not a botched fake
I
photo. It's
will
not
say,
AI.
I will say that I seen at last time I was in Atlanta, I seen Tip and Tiny at Magic City. Okay,
Right.
and she ain't look like that, and they was throwing big ones. First of all, you know what I'm saying? They was
What she have on?
she had on I believe it was a velour suit. I more remember Ti because he had on a bonnet. He looked like he was at home. He looked like he was chilling, and
Not you.
he's friends with Magic, the owner of
Yeah.
Magic City. So
Okay. Okay.
Magic was also there. They was talking. They was chopping it up. It was real nice. Now
Okay.
her body didn't look like that, and she was supporting the scrippers. I gotta say, Tiny was supporting. She was throwing one. She was talking. She was in a section with them.
I believe
They was smoking together. It was a beautiful thing to witness. Magic in Magic City. Anyway,
she got to keep up with Tip.
hello.
Hmm.
Oh, okay now. So
Huh.
That he posted this picture of Tiny's body. Now, that led to King Harris entering the chat. King Harris being Tiny and T.I.'s son. Now,
Okay.
everybody knows that there is a crash out in every family. There's a crash out child in every family. And I can relate,
Yes.
okay? Because
Okay.
that's me. And behind my
Yeah.
mama, I'm going out bad.
Yeah. Facts. Yeah.
Bad.
I
Bad.
feel- so
So,
he went out on a limb. I'm
oh,
assuming because
he
I
went
have to say
off. So first he posted a picture of 50 Cent's mama's headstone.
no, no, not a headstone.
The headstone. I don't even
Wait,
know.
so because 50 Cent's mother has passed away. Rest in
Right.
peace. The 50 mama.
Well,
Oh my God.
King Harris wasn't really feeling in a rest in peace mood. And let me tell you something, that boy cussed real good.
Yeah.
He cussed real good.
Yeah. He cussed his daddy out. I seen that. So I know he'll cuss 50 out. Ooh.
Okay,
That,
well, here's him cussing 50 out about
yes.
50 Cent going to dig up his dead ass mama and posting a picture of his dead ass mama because she's dead as. I'm going to let him tell you. Roll a clip.
Oh my gosh.
Tell your mama, she dead. Pay respect. Stop playing with my mama. Playing like that. Ain't going like that. How y'all raised? I'm not raised like that. I don't go. I'm not going about my mama. I'm not going. So tell your dead mama dig her up and post a picture that look better than my mama. What's wrong with you? Y'all better tie y'all mama shoes. Y'all know who y'all with. You better put that music up and shut the fuck up. Cause all that ain't gonna get it. On my mother. Your mama dead as fuck. Dig that up.
Oh, my mama.
On my hood.
Yo mama
Right.
dead as.
Yeah, that's a whole lot. That's a whole lot. He was upset. He was upset.
He was
Mhm.
upset, but I don't blame him because behind my mama, I'm going out sad. Go dig up your dead ass mama and post a picture of her. I agree
But
with
we
you on
don't
that.
think he took it too far. Like, okay, so listen, I get it. So there's gonna always be a devil's advocate that's gonna say that we don't talk about the dead. You don't talk about children, you don't talk about the dead, right? You know what I'm saying? Tiny is still good and living. We know that 50 Cent troll. This is what he do. He play with people. And to be fair, like I'm saying, legitimately, I saw the picture that he posted, and that legitimately was Tiny body. I mean, if I think we got more opinions on how the body looked than what 50 actually said. This is legit was her body. I don't know. Did he take it too far? Just a little bit.
I
You know?
I personally am not of the sentiment that dead people is off limits. Kids, yes. Dead people, shit. You bring up my mama, dead. I don't give a damn what you got going on with your mama. Ain't nobody off limits besides them kids, okay?
Wow.
Sorry. Mm-mm.
Man,
No.
man.
Mm-mm.
Ooh, that one was a bit tough for
Dig
me.
up your dead ass mama.
It was a good read to say, then take a picture of her and see what would look better than my mama. Now that was that was it.
I
I
ain't mad
mean,
at him. I ain't
I
mad at him.
mean,
And
listen,
we love a king that take up for their mama. Now,
yeah, it's
50
true.
Cent responded to King Harris's rant last night by posting the meme of a frog on his page, basically suggesting that King Harris looks like a frog.
I'm gonna have to do a split screen on that one because that is one funny looking kid, and this is the reason why I couldn't watch it because he scares me. He scares me. His little face scares me. I'm not going. So when I had to hurry up swipe. I can't watch him. I'm not gonna lie. I respect
Okay.
that he loves his mother, but yikes, he might look like that frog. I'm gonna have to see a
He
split
got
screen.
some pronounced features. Now
Mm.
now that did not end the back and forth. It in fact put a battery in King Harris's back. And
Okay.
he posted this video of 50 Cent in court after admitting to trampling and beating 3 women at his concert in 2020 or in 2004. Okay?
Oh, God.
Here's the video that King Harris put out there.
Oh, my God.
29-year-old who admitted to trampling and beating 3 women at a concert.
He attacked women. Women. We were just there to see a concert. We were not there to get beat up. We were not there to get hit.
Go, go, go.
The rapper with the gangster attitude stepped on 2 of the women and punched the third in the face after jumping into the crowd in search of someone who threw a water bottle at him during a surprise concert at this club in May of 2004.
They did nothing to justify or excuse the defendant's actions.
He has demonstrated since his earlier run-in with the law as a young man that he is a law-abiding citizen.
That is not the image 50 Cent uses to sell his music.
Now, this incident did happen in 2004, and 50 Cent was charged with 3 counts of misdemeanor assault and 1 count of misdemeanor reckless endangerment. He then only pled guilty to 1 count of misdemeanor disorderly conduct as a part of a plea deal where he had to do probation, he had to pay a fine, and he had to do some community service. But he did say, he admitted to the fact that he did it, and he says that it stemmed from somebody throwing a water bottle at him from the audience and him responding. Tough.
Yeah, and dang, I do vaguely remember that. It's so crazy how time flies and how back then you could still have you could do things like that and then still have a career.
Still
You know
have
what
a
I'm
career.
saying? Back then, hip hop was synonymous with doing dangerous shit, disrespecting women. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't a big deal. You could still move forward. And so for King to dig that up in this climate, yeah, he trying to end him. He's trying to finish him.
And I don't know, because people, when that Diddy documentary came out that 50 Cent was helped to executive produce, people started bringing up his past with his baby mamas and allegations of domestic violence. So
Right. I was hearing that too. I felt like people were definitely ignoring that conveniently because we wanted to focus on Diddy. But, this has a lot of potential to create a storm of things that could come up. Like, I imagine his baby mamas coming from them back corners and being like, yeah. And another thing, we've been trying to tell you. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised if this creates some pandemonium that he don't want. He might want to not respond.
hey,
I'm going to need 50 to go ahead and chill.
as far as I can see, he has not responded yet. But that has not stopped T.I. from responding. So a lot of people last night were speculating that the song War, that is supposed to be on T.I.'s new project, which he claimed is his last album. But you know how black people always say it's my last album. It don't never be nobody goddamn last album. But anyway, everybody was speculating that the song War was dedicated to 50 Cent. Now, T.I. gagged everybody and dropped a diss track to 50 Cent this afternoon called Right One. And he sent it over to Hot 1079 in Atlanta for them to premiere this single. And man,
is it crazy? I haven't heard it.
It went bananas.
This is exclusive. People don't know this tea.
This is exclusive, okay?
Yes.
Let's take a listen to a clip from the song.
Mary, let's go.
You wouldn't dare stare me in the eyes and move your dick sucker. Say that shit you say with your thumb, boy, you's a bitch. Hey, say boo boo, bring your bitch ass outside, play in the street. You ain't no motherfucking gangster, you just pray on the weak. Man, all you do is talk shit and hope it stay on the net. Play detective, catch your killers on some police shit. Grown men making meme, that's a weird ass flick. Kicking nigga while they down, you a sucker for that. Having a moment, hate to let the nigga inch in my life, but I give his ass a case to solve about him mentioning my wife. You hate women, get that why you can't keep one. You can't love them, cause from your mama you receive none. Oh no, you rather set fires to house it with babies in them. I got paperwork from niggas in prison, your name is in them.
Woo! I'm not gonna lie. The King Tip that went off. He went off.
Yo, he on one.
Some things.
Yeah.
The part that I felt to my soul is when he brought up Diddy, and 50 Cent being upset with Diddy because Diddy was smashing 50 Cent's
Yeah.
baby mama.
Mm-hmm.
And
Direct shot.
that's why he was upset. What you think about that? Do you think that was a low blow, or what you think?
I mean, I think that when you do a diss record, you're supposed to go as low as you can. You're supposed to go to hell with it. So, I mean, it's definitely, obviously, it's up and it's stuck. There's clear beef. Tip ain't scared of nobody.
None.
So, I mean, yeah, you pull everything that you can about somebody out to the surface and you let it be known. You remind everybody about all the shit that they forgot about.
Hello.
And that is something that people were speculating, that 50 is really upset because of those personal things that's going on with Diddy that, you know, he tries to pretend he don't care nothing about. So it's true. It's probably true.
Well, Tip also said that he's not as tough as his son and that he shouldn't bring up his wife because 50 Cent don't know real love, can't keep a woman because his mama ain't love him. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Everybody talking about the dead mama now. The dead mama bit is on the table. You hear what I'm saying?
Oh, man. That's a bit much. But
Go dig up your dead ass mama, nigga. You hear me?
I want to know, is 50, who's notorious for not letting nothing die, no pun intended, I'm wondering, like, are you going to come back with a diss record? Like, is he going to come back and be like, yo, here it is? I don't know. I'm going to speculate. We could talk about it in the chat, like whether 50 is going to respond or not. But the reality is, I think 50 is better on social media. Yeah. I don't see 50 being a diss record person. I think his music is best produced and taking his time. Honestly, 50's best record was Powers. So, Big Rich Town. Like that.
It was a big rich town.
Look,
from the poorest part.
Bread like sitting like I gotta make it.
Listen. So,
that was a jam.
Yeah, I'm interested to hear what people think. I don't think he's gonna get in the booth. I don't think he's getting in the booth. I think those days are done for 50, and he's gonna keep trolling them. But we gonna keep you posted on all the trolling. Don't you worry.
Yes, please do.
Again.
Please do.
Can I ask you a question? Speaking of 50 Cent, did you see the video footage that 50 Cent put out of Jim Jones breaking into his own studio?
Hold on, pause. I think you should set that up with, because you're talking about 50, right? But I think in some way you got to set it up like continuing in 50 News because he just can't stop or something.
Stay out the headlines.
Keep it going. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Keep the story flowing. So the last thing, like, he won't get in the booth. I think he's not gonna do that. He's more of a Twitter fingers, and to prove it, because this is what he does. He also not only has beef with Tip. We got to talk about the continuing beef with Jim. The uncles is at it again. The more the uncles, you know what I'm saying? Like something like.
I wish you, like honestly, you should just set that up. That would be dope. Anyway, it's fine. Either way, it's fine. It's up to you.
Well, you telling the story.
Okay,
so
fine. Okay.
I'll ad-lib with you.
Okay. So while we continuing to talk about 50 Cent, because you know he can't. One thing about him and his trolling, he can't stay out of the headlines. It's always
that's where he best at.
Something. Yeah. You know what I mean? And his Twitter fingers or Instagram fingers, social media fingers, whatever you want to call it, they go crazy. Okay, because did you see the video that he posted of Jim Jones kicking down the door to his own studio?
I absolutely saw it. This uncle beef is really exhausting me. This been going on for so long. I'm telling you, and it's so crazy. But I'm trying to figure out where you get the footage from. Like, how are you getting the footage?
I think I have an idea, but before we get into how he got the footage, let's review the footage because them was some kicks.
I couldn't even believe it was real. Jim is really up there looking like Julio knocking in that door. They got play it. Please play it.
Roll the clip. Roll the clip.
What's up? What happened? Yeah, I'm good. No, it's mine. It's my property. got something to talk about.
I just got one question. I need to know the brand of them damn boots because I already know Jim's legs is skinny. They're like sticks. I want to know what boot was tied to that ankle that them sticks didn't break, because the way he was kicking that steel door and knocked that door open, what's the brand? Them can't be no lugs. What are those? I need those.
Them boots was made for more than walking, sis. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying?
Clearly, listen, them damn things are winter proof. We out here in a blizzard. I need those boots for this weather report. Okay, no pun intended.
I hope he got them boots on, because he might. Based on what 50 Cent posted, because he also was able to post a notice that basically said that Jim Jones was evicted from the studio that Jim Jones claims that he still owns, which was why he was breaking in.
Right. So he's gonna need, because he out in the cold. He gonna need them and some good socks attached underneath. But okay, so let's go back, because the funny part about all of this is that this all kicked off. Well, it didn't kick off. It continued. An element of this story happened a few months back where it kicked. I'm done. An element of the story started a couple months back where 50 was like, yo, quit messing with me. All of this stemming from beef between Jim, Cameron, reconciliation with 50 Cent, all of these old people just bringing up old beef anyway.
Geriatric.
But 50, very, very geriatric. But 50 was upset and basically threatened him and said, listen, I can buy your building. I can buy your recording studio. You know what I'm saying? Where he does all of his podcasting, which is seems to be a big deal for Jim. Like, this is not only lucrative, but people are buzzing about Jim, you know, his show that he has with Mano, Fab, and Dave East. Plus, he's doing his own independent show. In my opinion, has been somewhat in competition with Cameron, which has been a big thing. And this has been huge for Harlem. Everybody's been loving it. I will even say I've been tapped in and keeping my ear to the streets. But if 50 can say within a second, listen, quit, let me show you how much power I got. I'll buy your shit and be your landlord, and I'll shut your whole shit down. That's a insane power move. And I feel like this is all that 50 wants to do. He wants to have power over people. He wants to show people that he's on top. And I didn't think it could really happen. I mean, Jim said it's not possible. You know what I'm saying? I own it. Well, and when you own something, can't nobody put you up out of it. It's crazy.
So people were wondering how 50 Cent was doing this, getting all the video footage. Like you said, that's no joke to have that level of power. No pun intended. Now, it seems like when 50 Cent posted the picture, he says that the man in the picture, Sam, is his new partner. Okay. And he owns the joint with Sam now.
Right. So here's what I heard. Right, and this has all been verified. We're gonna say alleged just for the sake of not getting sued, because we don't play with 50.
Yeah.
We don't play with 50 like that. We don't want them taking our stuff. So what we believe allegedly is that Jim definitely has been saying that he owns the studio, and we would believe him, because clearly you're putting on all these productions. Why would we have any reason to question it? Well, 50 said a few months back, I'll buy it and put your ass out. I will evict you. But that really didn't add up. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm going to be honest. I am a fan of Jim. I like Jim. You know what I'm saying? I like Harlem. I love the energy. And I see his movement. I respect it. So I really wanted to believe that, like, listen, 50 just doing what 50 always do. But it looks like true power move, true 50 fashion. He's pettier than petty. He really did get in with the owner of the building, who's the actual owner of the studio. And supposedly the owner of the studio has named that him and Jim had an agreement that Jim was going to pay a nominal figure in rent, and then he was going to start giving him a percentage from his profits from his shows. I mean, for months he's been streaming. A lot of people are watching it, so you know he's making some money. And according to the owner, Pillow talking with 50, he not only is not getting the rent in full, but he also is not getting any kickback from the percentage of the shows. So I feel like 50 was able to circumvent, create a partnership, as you just said, with the actual owner, and boom, major moves. I'ma put you out like he promised. And
I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed it.
checkmate.
I'm a Jim Jones fan, but it's good to watch. This is good tea. Now, 50 Cent also told him that he better fix his door that he kicked in, or he's gonna kick Jim Jones' ass, and he gave him until Monday for destroying his property.
Which Monday? Next week, Monday?
I think that today was the Monday because that was last week he posted that, so the deadline done hit. But I think now he might be distracted because he got beef with T.I. and King Harris.
That's right. And also, I hope that he give him an extension because we all have been in a blizzard, including Jim.
Come on.
No one can get out, okay?
Today is not a business day.
Today is not a regular business day. Mom Donnie shut us down, said we shouldn't even be outside. So
Right.
I pray he gives him to the end of business at least. Let the snow melt.
Yeah, come on.
Let's let the snow melt.
He got to get to the court. He got to pay up. It's things he got to do. Well, folks, that's what we got today for you in the group chat. With the Group Chat is Live podcast. We are excited to continue the journey with you. We want you to lock in. Tell a friend to tell a friend to jump into the group chat. Until next time, peace.
Peace.